Good evening, YouTube. It's Captain Jesso, and tonight I decided we're gonna do take two because take one never ever works for me in my goddamn life. And we're gonna do a nice little chill, little night, little video here. I need some free content for the channel, of course. We need to start building towards that ad revenue at some point in my life. But I also wanted to keep things a little bit chill because I'm sweaty. That's why my hair's so nice tonight, by the way. It's the sweat that's keeping it up. But I've also actually been working super hard, putting together all these collection videos, buying, selling, doing this, and I just need to, like, chill. I need to do something. I can't not sit in my, I sit in my bed and I just can't not do something. But we're going to keep it simple. We'll keep it plain. We'll keep it nice and easy tonight. And we're going to browse through Reddit. Everybody's favorite or most hated, depending on who you are, cesspool of the internet. I pulled up a few things. We're going to go through a few things. We'll keep it chill. Grab some snacks, grab some popcorn. It won't be a long video, but, you know, let's make it feel like home. Let's have a nice, quiet evening here tonight, okay? So let's take my face, and let's drop my face down here. And we'll start off with the first post of the day. So this one here I actually pulled up, was the first thing I saw. I actually had to comment on this. So for those of you who know, I like Yu-Gi-Oh! Wow, crazy. Probably my #1 biggest thing in my life right now at the current moment. But besides Yu-Gi-Oh!, the other thing that I have an absolute giant huge passion for is Formula 1. Obviously this is not Formula 1, this is LMP2, but you know, motorsport in general, I just like motorsport. And I actually thought this was really cool when I actually pulled this up. I already gave it an update. Yeah, it's kind of cool to kind of see two of my favorite things just merging together. Of course, 24-hour Le Mans just happened. Rip to Giga Kubica. Love you, buddy. But yeah, just thought that one was really cool. Pretty cool thing to see as the first thing you get. Next post, this one here. So he's playing Eternal Duel of Soul in the Gameboy Advance. This post here, super nostalgic for me. So when I was a kid, obviously I talked a lot about collecting and things like that, but I didn't get a lot of cards, a lot of stuff. I wasn't like super rich, so I couldn't just like go out and buy a bunch of crazy stuff. But what I did get a lot of was the video games. I had a Game Boy, so we got a lot of Game Boy games. I remember the very first game that I got was Dark Duel Stories. My parents had bought for me, so I have a lot of memories from that. Of course, Dark Duel Stories being the most broken game on the planet when it comes, like, it followed like Season 1 Duel Masters, like meta, like random formats. But I played a lot of the Game Boy games, so that's like that's pretty much that's me. Like, honestly, that's me. Next post. This one's kind of a cool one. So can we talk about how Blowback Dragon's effectively adds to a 50% chance of drawing a card, which could be settled with one coin flip, but they still make you flip the coin 3 times. So the people who don't know the effect is, you toss a coin 3 times, if at least 2 of the results are heads, you can destroy the opponent's card. Obviously, you can only do that once per turn. Remember, there's a soft once per turn on that. But, interestingly enough, people were like, well, isn't that like 67% of this and that, because 2 out of 3? Here's the math on it, if anybody is curious. So heads, tail, heads, all kill a card. Those all whiff. 4 out of 8, 50%. There's your math on it. Pretty cool. What's the dumbest made-up rule you heard when you were younger? When I was middle school, I was playing with my friend. He had Ron the Field and I had Obelisk. These are both the original versions, of course, because they didn't have like an actual like effect version at the time. Like back when you were a kid, it was literally just colored cards with the gods on them, and you made up your own crazy effects based on the anime. So Ra hit infinite attack points because question means the number so high it can't fit in the card. That would be a cool one. Polymerization worked on any 2 monsters by overlaying on top of each other, combining their attack. What kind of dumb rule did we make up as a kid? We definitely made up our own god card effects. Because again, we all had some of those cards, right? And there was no ruling behind them, man. We actually didn't do too bad at not cheating. I'm not saying we were perfect. There's obviously a lot of things that were made up. It's Playground Yu-Gi-Oh, right? So, oh yeah, by the way, I'm not adding my email to verify my account. Shut up. Phew, excuse me. But yeah. Kind of interesting. But yeah, I don't remember any rules we made up. We were not bad with the ruling. Sure, there was some random stuff, but I can't remember. What card is next to be off the ban list, or the next card to enter the ban list? I'm going to say next card off the ban list, maxx. Please, bring it back. Realistically, though, if I'm being a realistically honest person, I want to say Electromite. People still think Electromites. People still think Colossus. Maybe not. What comes off the ban list? Like, I don't know. You know what? I'm putting my money on Electromite. I'm gonna say it right now. Pendulum's not that good, so I don't know. What's the next card to go on the ban list? Realistically, my heart wants to say Verte. It's a bad card. It doesn't promote healthy Yu-Gi-Oh! And you can argue with me on that. You can debate that, but you're wrong. So therefore, I think my heart wants me to say Verte. Because Dragoon's not a busted card, right? There's a lot of fusions that are not busted. You've got coming out here very soon the new Dragoon, if you will. I don't want it to be busted. So I would say kill Verte. Ancient Gear, call him Dummy Thick. Heavy Storm. This post is brought to you by Ancient Gear Gang. Please. Yeah, Sekka's Light could go back to 3. I will say that. I'm just talking bans, though. I'm not talking limits or anything like that. But yeah, I don't know. That's my thought. I'm still saying Electromite off, Verte on. I'm going to bank on that. Screenshot it. Hold me to it. Mystic Mine's current situation. Speaking of banned cards, do we think that Mystic Mine will get banned? Do we think it'll get taken off or done something to it? I think reasonably, I would not be surprised to see Mystic Mine go to 1. Because again, I don't think it's a super healthy card. But I like it being at 3. I'm a dick. Let me just be clear with that. I'm a dick. I like slow Yu-Gi-Oh! I like Exodia. The problem with our format, and I think the problem with Yu-Gi-Oh! Myself currently, as a boomer coming back in, as somebody who's kind of gotten back in and understands the game at least a lot more than I did months ago, I'm not saying I'm very good still, is Yu-Gi-Oh! Is a fast game, and I get why it's fast. The meta, it is what it is. I don't hate new Yu-Gi-Oh! But I want slower Yu-Gi-Oh! I like to see games that are fleshed out. I don't care about links. Links are cool. I think the extra deck summoning mechanics are all, they're really useful. They're a toolbox. But I like to see longer fleshed out games. Konami probably doesn't, but boo-hoo, go cry. I don't know. I like to see more interruptions. I want to see more interactive games. I want to see, basically what I want to see is a lot of stuff similar to what we're seeing in the Progression series and things like that. Where the games just tend to feel fuller. But I don't know. That's just me. Anyways, on the next one. Anybody saw the news today? Mystic Mine. Good God. I've got Mystic Mine brain. Master Duel. Unlock over 10,000 cards. Star. Some cards may require participant or in-game purchases. Come on, Komani. All I'm saying is everybody that's on Dueling Nexus or Dueling Book are just sitting there going, hallelujah. They haven't lost out yet, man. We'll see. You know what? It's still too early to really... We don't know all the ins and outs yet of Master Duel yet. So, I was going to do a video on that today, but everybody's done a video on it. If you don't know that by now, where have you been? What card has the most meaning to you and why? I actually really like this question. So this guy says Blue Eyes White Dragon was my first card I held in my hands when I was a kid. Felt like holding on to Magic. I still have it. It means most to me. That's heartwarming. That's really heartwarming. What else do other people say? I'm going to tell you mine in a second. Power Tool Dragon in middle school after going to new class. People like Yu-Gi-Oh! Software played and this and that. So, wow. So, because I'm surprised. I think everybody be saying Blue Eyes White Dragon. But yeah, Power Tool. Wow. Black Skull Dragon. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a classic. For myself, from Wicked Avatar, interesting. But these all have good meaning. For myself, if I'm gonna answer the question of my most meaningful card of all time, I think this is a really obvious answer. If I could find it, spoiler alert, I would show you. Bingo. Most meaningful card I think I've ever owned of all time in Yu-Gi-Oh! This should be obvious for people who aren't. Other than, Exodia. Exodia's up there. Blue Eyes White Dragon. It was one of the first cards, well, not the first card. I actually owned the first card I ever got. But one of the first cards I ever got in the game. Let's get realistic. Blue Eyes White Dragon's a symbol of Yu-Gi-Oh! It is beyond what Yu-Gi-Oh! Actually is and what it means. But I actually got something that I added to my collection personally that I'm super, super, super happy to have. Where the hell did it go? And this is a lot less meaningful, but it's one of those cards that still brings me right back to my childhood. And for those who don't know, it's Serpent Knight Dragon. That is a first edition Magic Ruler copy, by the way. I like the oldies. Did not get that for a bad price. Thanks, Noah, by the way, if you're watching this. But Serpent Knight Dragon was one of those cards that a lot of kids on the, well, I shouldn't say a lot of kids, a couple kids on the playground. I really liked it. I don't know what about it I like, but it's just one of those cards that's been around, and I've always idolized it. So that's it was a big one for me, anyways. Let's keep moving on. And I like this. Did Konami just give up an S-Force? And it feels like they did. And I really want them to make S-Force kind of good because I have stocks in S-Force Bridgehead, and I would like to capitalize on those stocks. But yeah. Everything happening Dama, I think one thing that surprised me was the lack of any further cards to the S-Force archetype, because it really was. Like, they literally just dumped those cards in, what was S-Force in? Phantom Rage, I think? Because I think I opened up S-Force stuff in was it Phantom Rage or Blazing Dumpster Fire? Anyways, yeah, they dumped it, and that's a good thing. It's the most forgotten archetype. It wasn't abysmal like Warrock. Warrock, good God, what a terrible archetype. They can still fix it. Warrock best tech, come on. Farfa's got stocks, buddy. But we'll see. So a lot of people still have hope for it. There's a lot of glass half full here. IP, Evil Twins, Time Thief, things like that. Yeah, you know what? Maybe. I actually have genuine hope for it because I do actually like the S-Force archetype. I think it belongs. All right. Another piece of good. We like talking about stuff, right? I like these questions. I didn't want to just pull up like the random garbage. This is why I like pick stuff. Would a 4-star 5k beat stick be strong enough to see competitive play? I see people discuss the idea that attack points don't really matter anymore because there's so much removal that anything will be popped as soon as your opponent gets main phase 1. That begs the question that would a normal symbol 4-star 5k beat stick with a soul restriction not being able to use as a tribute material and summoning any monster would be sufficient to see competitive experimentation play? And here's my answer is yes. Just because a vanilla is not good, there's a way to make vanilla beat sticks all right? I mean, you're not going to put all these resources and effort into doing a 2k beat stick or something like that like you've got now, like Alexandrite Dragon and things like that, right? It's just not useful. But think about it. Gren Maju is actually a really good way to put this, because think about it. Gren Maju off One Pot of Desires is a free 4k beat stick, not including any other setup you've done for it, right? So people roguely play Gren Maju. Yeah, it's not like a top tier deck. Not meta, but like Gren Maju is a playable strategy. So this here is a free Gren Maju without any sort of work behind it. But let's just see what gets said here. Obviously, at least fringe play, I think. It's an easy answer. Appaloosa, Ultimate is... And that's true. It is just a beater that just gets over things. If it's not, doesn't pop off any effects, it can't really be negated. The only thing you can negate are two things. It's summon, right? So you can't ash that or anything like that, right? Unless you have a negate for its summon, which why would you for a normal monster anyways? You can just, and the only thing you can negate is an attack declaration, right? It's not popping off any effects. It's not searching. So that's a good. It's a good one. So you know what? There you go, Gren Maju. I called it. So. Yeah, exactly. It basically just be a simpler Gren Maju. I don't think it'd be like broken unless there's a way, like I think I said unexpected die would just let you like summon it. I know for like if it was a normal vanilla, you never know, right? There's a lot of vanilla support, so I don't know. Anyways, let's get back to the next thing. This is one I actually really want to talk about. Again, I always say this, but I'm running long. I'll try to blast through the rest of this here, but yeah, you know what? We're just having a good night. We're just taking our time. But thoughts on potential single-player mode of Yu-Gi-Oh! This one actually really gets me kind of thinking. The reason for it, first and foremost, because, again, I played a lot of the games growing up, all those Game Boy games and things like that, where I'm playing against bots. But I think what they actually mean when they say a single-player mode is basically like a solitaire version of Yu-Gi-Oh! I play Exodia. I love the solitaire stuff, clearly. But yeah, if Konami made like a Yu-Gi-Oh! Like a single-player solitaire Yu-Gi-Oh! Version where you had to build a board and like destroy this or that, I think it'd be kind of cool. I would actually be totally down for it. I think that's actually a really cool idea. Whatever happened, God knows at Konami. There's not enough money behind it. They probably wouldn't care. But yeah, I don't know. I think that's kind of a cool thing to consider. Strong generic cards released in recent years. Well, Lightning Storm, Nibiru, and Permanence. Yeah, pretty much that. Pot of Prosperity is... Say it's undervalued, it's still like, what, $100 Canadian? So... So people saying Prosperity. Sky Striker Engage. Was it really that good generically? This is what I don't know. I thought Engage was only good like in Sky Striker, but I don't, because you would never play this generically in a random, but you would splash that in, right? Danger monsters were a big splash back in the day. That I actually understand, because Danger is a really good archetype. Imperm, Red Reboot, Call by the, yeah, that's all. Extra was big. Guard Dragons, but they like with the Guard Dragon, Savage Dragon, like those are more Dragon Link. I don't think like those are generic as they seem. Nibiru was obviously on Dark Ruler. Wow, was Dark Rulers originally only came out in the tins in 2019? Man, that was a great tin. That what got me back in Yu-Gi-Oh! Was that tin. That was a great tin. Yeah, I pretty much see that here. I'm kind of thinking about going in some stocks on Wolf Raid. I think it's too good not to put some stocks into. But yeah, okay, that's it. Let's go to the next thing. Side decking. My friend that I play with the most refuses to use a side deck. Dummy. We're going to start taking logos, and how do I try to tell him how important it is? Or how would I go about showing him the way? Let him die. Let him get absolutely shit on. That'll teach you to start side decking Nibirus and Lightning Storms. Easy. Easy answer. There's my answer for the day. Q&A with Captain Gesso. What are some broken cards under the radar? If they were broken, they wouldn't be under the radar. But what does Reddit say? Yeah, pretty much nothing, because there you go. Most cards that would be broken are already in the back of people's minds. Anyone who read Block Dragon knew it was waiting for a good rock archetype break, and then Adamantipator came out, and it broke Block Dragon. Anyways, there's nothing that's broken that you don't know, but you would know about it. Oh, look, Master Duel Links. Yeah, turn player is chosen by coin. Oh, that's gross. No RPS. Yeah, it's faster, but no RPS. That's still gross. We'll see. I won't completely throw it down the drain yet. You know what? It's still got hope. It's still got hope. This is one of the cooler posts that I saw today, and I definitely had to bring it up. Was I don't know where this came from. Somebody needs to show me this. It's obviously Japanese, but Toon Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon, Toon Jinzo, Toon Kribo, and Toon Time Wizard. I have a lot of love for the Toon archetype and just tunes and stuff in general. I got to collect more of them. I actually have a copy or two of Toon World from Magic Roller. Not first edition, though, but still. Yeah, I actually do agree with that. I think that'd be kind of cool. Fun stuff, right? This is what I was waiting for today. The math behind Pot of Desires. So let's go read this. So one card I find very fascinating is Pot of Desires. You can either win you the game or screw you totally. Where's that Simo meme? A new card that would show how far people would go to draw 2 cards. So here's the math. So running 0 desires, you have a 100% chance of opening it. Running 1 desires, you have a 1/8 chance of opening it. 7/8 chance of not opening it. Running it 2, running it 3, holy shit. Running 4 desire. So basically, this is all just about drawing whatever card that you get. One thing a lot of people will overlook is that you don't replace current search draw spells with desires. Anything you banish likely wouldn't come up otherwise. Okay, this was not as fun as I thought it was going to be. I'm not here for math. My brain's fried. And I guess we already brought that up. So, anyways, that's a little lighthearted video for you guys tonight. I hope you enjoy that. I have more fun, actual, real content coming up, but I wanted to keep it lightweight tonight. I wanted to keep it brief. I just want to keep it on the low. I've been working hard on this stuff and doing a lot of stuff, and I just wanted to, I wanted to make some content, but I wanted to keep it easy. Anyways, have a good night. Have a good evening. Captain Gesso. See ya.